to be a monument.
I didn't know Jeremy was on this call.
I've pulled a few strings and, just got him to join us. Hey, guys. You enjoy that?
Of your English accent, you're not very good.
I'm from Florida, U.S. Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah,
they're Ocala, aren't they from Ocala?
Yeah, they're from Ocala. Yeah, exactly. And they've been around for so long playing that. I suppose from what they were saying, they played a lot of shows in the Ocala area, and I think they made a lot of enemies in that time. But for those who have heart, it's a great album. They released that in 2007, and they covered, didn't they, Since You've Been Gone, the Kelly Clarkson tune.
Yeah, they did, yeah.
I clearly remember that because that got a lot of
it was
a lot of people liked it, and it's I listen to that song all the time now. It's still really good. And I think I forced my fiance to listen to it too, because she likes the original version. I'm like, I'm not listening to the original version, I'll listen to this one. And I think that's a good
Do you know what? I'll tell you quite a funny story that has just been forced back into my memory against my will. But I used to remember, this is so tragically sad, but with that Since You've Been Gone song, there was like a James Bond PlayStation game that was out around the same time I was listening to it, right? And what you could do is you could like hide behind a wall and you could pop out and you could shoot somebody's grenade, which is attached to their like waist or whatever. And I remember I just used to wait hiding until the drop, and as soon as the drop would happen, I'd shoot the guy's grenade and it would blow him up at the drop of Since You've Been Gone. And I just remembered that as like a 14-year-old loser just doing that on my PlayStation James Bond game. It was absolutely legendary, to be honest. I can't believe I just remembered that.
That's brilliant.
It's weird.
But it's funny,
weird.
isn't it?
It's proper weird.
It's funny, like bands like Days Remember, they were such a big part of our youth in that sense. I think I must have been in 2008, 16. Yeah, I was 16. So from 16 onwards, Days Remember has pretty much been in my life in that sense.
Yeah.
And, all those memories of being 16 to, or whatever it is, early 20s. And I was listening to Days Remember with all their new albums coming out or whatever it was, they're attached to it in that sense. Days Remember is attached to memories, and they're attached to those feelings as well. And I don't think I can look at a Days Remember objectively in general, because I always will have that feeling towards them.
But also they're not just from the memories and the music. Like, I think they had a big thing to play, certainly for me, in terms of fashion as well. Like, they were spearheading that kind of like scene kid kind of colourful fashion that Bring Me the Horizon were doing with Drop Dead. Do you know what I mean? Like, they're not like Jeremy never started the company, but like they were like spearheading like the Hundreds and brands like this, which have sort of grown massively. And I remember just wanting to like buy their merch all the time. And I remember it would Drop Dead as well. Yeah,
it's a bit like cartoon,
all of that
wasn't
stuff.
it?
Exactly, doodly.
Yeah,
I was really into all of that stuff. So all my August Burns Red shirts, my Day to Remember shirts, Drop Dead, all of those things.
It was this kind of weird. Sorry, Jacopo, I'm a bit delayed, so.
No worries. I was just saying that I also got Attack of the Killer B-sides, which is actually not something that we'll be playing today, but it was so cool because I got a 10-inch vinyl, which was sort of an acid green with the shirt, with this robot tape thing eating stuff, which was typical of the time, exactly like Ben was saying. So, yeah, it was really part, I think, of my identity as a kid, and I was exactly that kid who was looking at those bands, like Ben was saying.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Definitely. And it's weird, isn't it, how the fashion went that way? You got these like kind of like metalcore bands or whatever you want to call it, and they're singing really heavy, lots of screaming and stuff like that. But then their merch is going to be like some cartoon kind of like animal waving at you and being all on a fluorescent green background and stuff. It was like almost like the opposite of like what you'd think, because the stuff like that came before it was all like, it'd be like some ominous scene with like a ghouly skeleton rider of death sweeping through the valley towards the like Iron Maiden level kind of stuff, and it's completely like the opposite of that, isn't it? So
yeah, I think it just became, it made metal fun, didn't it? It
It did, yeah.
it made it like easy for the younger people like us at 16 years old to get into it. You know, there wasn't a stigma about this genre. It was very much, oh, it's, you listen to it, you can get involved in it, have fun, jump in the mosh pit, you know, have a good time. And I think a lot of people liked obviously the pop punk of Newfound Glory, you know, that sort of dashboard confessional, etc., etc. But then they had the other side. You had the hardcore side, which was the full-on screaming metal. And these guys just really mixed it together to make it a really easy, nice balance. And they were really, really, easy is the right word for people to get into, I would say.
Yeah.
For me, Homesick, the album from start to finish is amazing. But we can touch base on that in a minute. But let's go with Mr. Highway's Thinking About the End.